Hello collectors, and welcome back once again to Brotherhood of the Bat Collectibles, your one stop for all things high-end statue collecting reviews and unboxings and so much more. My name is Chris and I'm the Batman statue collector, and look at what we have today. We have a very special guest review, and this one was provided to us by collector Terry Curtis. I want to give a major shout out to Terry. Terry's going to be doing a few reviews for us, and this of course is the 1/6 scale Red Hood from our friends over at XM. So let's get right into it. Let's check out all the detail. I also have some notes from Terry because he did not want to appear on camera, but I do want to share some of his thoughts as well. So as you can see, a really great base, lots of details here on these 1/6 scale pieces. Of course, 1/6 is great for price point, but also for space, but still is going to punch a lot of detail. As you can see, Red Hood is obviously in the streets of Gotham, probably in some back alleyway. You can see the fire hydrant tipped over. There's also a crowbar if you saw that. Little pieces of crumbled asphalt. You can see the layer below it. I kind of like that they did that instead of just a lot of times people put rocks and then just black underneath it, which doesn't always make sense. So this actually looks really good because it looks like it's a torn out piece of street or something like that. So it's kind of like a cross section diorama. It's really cool. You can see the pipe in the background. Again, lots of great detail right off the bat here. This piece does retail for $540. The ES on this is $300, so not very many of these made. And again, this is part of that DC Rebirth series. So again, lots of great detail here. You are getting a couple of different portraits. You're getting a mass portrait and a half-mast portrait as well, and we'll look at that here in just a second. Terry mentioned that he loves the back of this. He loves the bat symbol here on the back. He just wishes that it was on the front somehow because you don't see it on the back, but it's a really nice touch. You have that cracked wall, and I think it looks really good. It also adds some nice differentiation of color, which is really nice in my opinion. A lot of times the back sides of statues are very dark because you just don't see them unless you're using some sort of rotating base or if you have it in the middle of your room. But again, Terry really liked that part of it a lot, and I thought that was really cool too. You can see the bricks sticking out. He also mentioned he wanted you guys to know that the paint was just perfection. XM does such a really nice job with paint applications, and you can clearly see from this video the paint is very crisp, very clean, lots of different shading, lots of different texturing going on here, which is really nice. XM always does such a great job there. So those are the main things he wanted to point out, is that he loves the crowbar and he loves the bat's symbol, on the back, and he also likes one of the head sculpts over the other, and so we will get to that here in just a second. But look at the detail here on the boot. You can see the stitching. Again, for 1/6 scale, these are not very big, although this is a bigger piece with the diorama around it. The wall and everything else. It adds some bulk. It adds some wow factor in your collection. But let me look at the manhole cover. I think it looks really great. I don't think anything looks simplistic, really. I mean, maybe the fire hydrant could have used a little bit more shading to make it look dirtier or something like that, but obviously it's not the focal point. Red Hood himself is. Look at the straps. It just looks really well painted. I love the chest armor. That pop of red looks really great. Of course, he has his gun, which looks great. I think the paint overall looks good as well. They do not use translucent resin at XM. They just, it's that cold cast porcelain, but it always looks really good. It's always well painted. You can see that there is a little differentiation between the glove and the gun there. The gun was black and the glove is more of a gray, so it's not going to run into each other, which looks really great. A little bit of separation there. You can see some weathering on the coat. It does look older. There's some nice texturing, nice shading there as well. Of course, that's very traditional for Red Hood, obviously, to have that. And then he has his other gun in his other hand, which is great. The portrait looks really great. Of course, this is the one that he likes. There is the masked and then an unmasked portrait. He likes this one the best. He thinks this is obviously, I mean, clearly this is the most Red Hood of them all. Whenever you have the full helmet. I usually don't love unmasked portraits. I want them to look like they do in the comics, and obviously this is what makes him look so cool, is that shiny, really shiny helmet. I like that there's a difference between the reds, between the chest, which is more of a matte, and his helmet, which is super shiny. I love that. I think that looks really great. And then of course he is going to show us the swap out here, which is again kind of that damaged, I mean, we say unmasked, but it's not really unmasked. It's just kind of damaged, where you can kind of see his eyes. You can see kind of how intense and how angry he is in his eyes. I think they did a really, really good job sculpting. And speaking of sculpting, this was sculpted by Paul Tan. So again, an incredible artist working with XM Studios. Lots of amazing artists, and of course the XM team. You know, all of the art direction there, just absolutely incredible. So I did want to make sure I mentioned Paul's name. But again, look at that. It looks really good too. But I'm like Terry. I like the full portrait, I think, or the full masked, portrait. I think that one's just cooler. But this, again, the great thing about different head sculpts, you can switch them out whenever you feel like it. So that's, it does give the statue a different look. It keeps it fresh. Instead of looking at the same old thing every single day, you can swap them out. It's like a new statue each time. Also, I wanted to point out that you can see that it does come with that nameplate. I know sometimes people say, I didn't get my nameplate. Just contact XM, they'll send it to you. So no worries there. I always hear good things from their customer service of getting those out. So, I just think that's awesome that they do those little nameplates. I don't know if I would personally ever display them like that, but I do think it's really, really cool. Again, I just kind of want to recap some of the things about this statue. It is obviously available now, or it will be shipping soon from wherever you order it. Again, it is 1/6 scale. It's part of the DC Rebirth series. $540-ish, depending on where you order it from. But again, is that a lot for a 1/6 scale? In my opinion, it is. But you are getting not just the figure, but you're getting a pretty chunk of a base as well. So that's great. And the ES is only 300, so not very many made worldwide. So that is really, really cool. I do want to give a major shout out once again and thank Terry Curtis again for spending the time doing this for us. That was so cool, and he does want to do some more. So as he gets some new pieces in, he's going to be doing that for the channel. I think he would like to do Deathstroke next, so that'll be really cool as part of their 1/6 line. So anyway, if you're interested in these 1/6 reviews, please make sure you let me know that you're interested. And again, just thank you guys so very much for checking out this incredible review. Again, thanks to Terry. If you are new here, please make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, guys. That really helps with our algorithm. It helps people discover the channel on our way to 30K. So thank you so very much for that. And if you want to take it one step further, hit that join button down below for early access to our videos and so much more. Thank you guys so very much for checking out the video today. Again, let me know in the comments what you think about this statue. Again, I think it looks really great. I think it turned out great. Paint applications look great. I'm really impressed once again with XM Studios. Hey guys, thank you so very much for watching today, and if you're new here, please hit the subscribe button right here on the screen and check out these two awesome videos. I think you're going to love them. And also please join us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I would love to have you join in all the fun. Thank you guys so very much for watching. See you in the Batcave.